Hello everyone and welcome to Cooking Time with JP. And tonight I got something really special going on. I'm making a poor man's version of baked spaghetti. We're using some elbow macaroni noodles. We're using some ground beef and one of them funky looking long wrappers like sausage would come in. That everybody's kind of questioning what could be in that. But we're not here to judge or discuss that. Then we're going to use a cheap can of just pure old low sodium traditional tomato sauce, pasta sauce. Let's start off, we're doing something to dress up this beef a little bit with. I'll keep a stir on my noodles over here. And this will be enough to feed 2 to 3 people, depending on how hungry someone is. We're going to start off by adding a couple of them crushed red peppers. These are those pepper flakes like you see on the table down there at the Pizza Hut. We're just going to add just a few of those in there. Don't put too many. Don't want to burn someone's mouth up. Stir that around in that pan. And I have found with this ground beef that you're not even going to really have to drain any grease off of it, I believe, because so far there's not hardly any grease in that pan, and I did not add any in there when I started cooking this. Let's throw in a little bit of regular pepper. And then we're going to add in some of my favorite stuff. This here is salt-free seasoning. Pretty good stuff. Picked it up down at the Dollar Tree. We're going to put some of that in there. Okay. We're going to keep stirring our noodles over here. Make sure they're not sticking to the pot. Ooh, that smells so good. At this point, let's start pulling some of this stuff off the heat. Let's take our meat off there. We're going to set it here. And I'm going to set them noodles right over there and let them finish cooking in that pot. Now, don't forget about it if you leave them sitting in that pot, because you don't want them to get too soggy and all run together. They wouldn't be worth a hoot then. Alright, now let's talk about our pan that we're going to use. I'm using a small baking pan here. And thought I had the size on there, but it don't. Well, anyway, it's a small baking pan, kind of like you cook a cake of cornbread in. And I'm going to make this an easy cleanup here. And I'm going to start by lining that pan with some aluminum foil. This is going to make some pretty easy cleanup here. Okay. Don't have to be perfect or anything. Like I said, that's just helping us, going to help us clean up a little bit easier by having that tin foil in there. And then I'm going to pull out a sheet of parchment paper. Like that. I'm going to set that down in there too. That way our pasta will not stick to this here pan. Alright, now that you got your pan prepared, get that pasta and test them noodles. See how them noodles cook. That noodle's hot, I can tell. They're perfect. Drain the water off of that. Now, don't add your noodles back to that pot. You can go ahead and add your noodles back to the pot with the meat in it. And I'm going to show you the reason for this is I'm going to use that pot to start with my sauce. You can just rinse that colander out because all you did was have pasta in it. Now bring this pot back over to the stove. Now with your pot back over here on the stove, go ahead and get any extra noodles that may be hanging around in that pot out. We only had 2. Turn your burner back on to whatever temperature you're comfortable with cooking at on your stove. I recommend a fairly low heat. Okay, now the pasta sauce is as is, you know, out of that can. It ain't very tasty. It's a bit bland. So we need to add some things to that. I'm going to start off with adding some oregano. Put in as much oregano as you like. And then I'm going to put in some of this garlic and pepper seasoning. Now don't get the wrong end. Give that a good stir. And then see how that tastes to you. Alright, we're getting somewhere with that. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of something else that you probably have never thought about putting in any kind of spaghetti sauce. Some of you may have, and some of you may have not. I'm going to go in by a finger measurement and put in a little bit of sugar in the raw in there. I'm going to do 2 of them. Okay? That's all I'm going to do. Give that a good stir and taste. That's good enough for me. That's got an assortment of flavors in it now. And now we're going to take and come back over here to our meat and our noodles. And I'm going to start adding that in here to the pasta, to the pot with the sauce in it. And I'm going to do this very carefully because and I want to try not to make too big of a mess. Oh, and I just had some pieces going rolling away. See what I'm doing? I'm making a mess. And it's okay if you make a mess, you know. You can make a mess as long as you're going to clean it up. But now if you got someone that's got to clean up your mess, well, then that person may not be too pleased with you making a mess. Okay? There we go. I didn't make too big of a mess. Now you want to stir all this stuff up. Give it a good stirring. In there just like that. Okay. Get it well incorporated here. It's going to kind of look like beefaroni or something there. Except you're getting them Chef Boyardee cans. You know what I'm saying? Now, you can put some Parmesan cheese on there if you like. I'm going to sample this before I put it in the pan. Alright, now that you got your pan over here, start adding some of this in there. Don't add all of it just yet. Just add some of it. Okay? Work that around in that pan. Got to get that even distribution going. Okay? Now, get you out some cheese. This is that I have some of the deli slice cheese. You could use shredded cheese if you like. But I'm going with what I have available. See, I'm in the end of a snowstorm here and I can't get to the supermarket right now. So I want some good cheese in there. So I'm going to put about 4 slices of cheese on there. Okay. Oh, it just happens to work out. I've got 3. Uh-oh, how many slices of cheese did JP got left? Uh-oh, JP only has 3 slices of cheese left. Oh boy. That's alright. We ain't gonna panic, are we? No. We're in this together. Okay, pour the rest of that in there, in that pan. Okay. Get all that out of that pan. Pot, pan, whatever. Pan, pot, whatever. Okay? Cover that cheese up in there. Ooh, now y'all think that y'all know where I'm going with this. Yes, yes, yes. Take that rest of that cheese and lay it in that pan. Just like that. Now, JP overthought on the cheese situation, but that's alright, because we're just going to break this piece of cheese in half. Like that. And we're going to lay that on there just like that. Now you have that cheese on there. Like I said, so this sliced cheese will work perfectly fine. But if you want to get fancy and put that Parmesan or any kind of shredded cheese you want, I'll put you the 25 cheese selection on there. I don't care. This is what I'm using. It's what I have available. Let's pop this into the toaster oven. You want to cook it at 375 for 10 minutes. But it really depends on your type of oven. For my toaster oven, 10 minutes was plenty. So let me get a pot holder here. And we're going to pull that pan there out and see how this looks. Because, buddy, I can smell it and it smells awful daggum good. Don't that look good, y'all? I certainly think it looks good. And that was simple and easy. 1 can of pasta sauce. 1 pound roll of hamburger. And some elbow noodles. And a little bit of seasonings. And we cooked up something that looks pretty daggum good, if I may say so myself. Alright, I want to thank everyone for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys make this here dish, and hope you enjoy it as much as I think I'm going to. Any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in my next cooking video.